the 21st Annual Newhouse Gala, Imagine a Day. I'm Gabriella Pagan with 41 Action News, and I will be your host this evening. We are so glad to have you join us tonight. For those of you hosting a small house party with your closest friends, we hope you and your guests enjoyed those delicious meals that were delivered, and most importantly, that you're enjoying one another's company with COVID safety precautions in mind. Wherever and with whomever you are with tuning in tonight, we thank you for your interest and your passion in the Newhouse mission. Please remember that our silent auction will remain open until 9 o'clock tonight. Incredible items are available to bring some sparkle into your life, and with the holidays just around the corner, there are great gifts for that special someone too. So just keep in mind, every single dollar spent or donated tonight goes straight to the front lines and allows victims of domestic violence to flee their dangerous situations and step into the safety of Newhouse. Tonight, you will be the first to hear about some truly remarkable transformations happening at Newhouse, and you are going to hear stories from brave survivors that will surely warm your hearts. It's through their courage, strength, and personal transformation that it is our hope that you will become a champion for the Newhouse mission. Together, we can build a stronger tomorrow for survivors and for our community. Now, I would like to welcome Rochelle Stringer, Newhouse Board Chair.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us for a reimagined gala experience. It's such an honor to serve as board chair for Newhouse, an organization that is truly providing life-saving resources to those in greatest need in our Kansas City community. I have had the privilege to serve on this board for 5 years and watch Newhouse grow and expand its services. But what inspires me most about my service to Newhouse is that knowing our work isn't only improving lives, but the mission of Newhouse is literally saving lives. Despite the pandemic, we've accomplished a lot this year, but more people are counting on us right now. Our work is made possible because of you. So tonight, on behalf of the entire board of directors and the Newhouse team, I want to thank you for your support and for sharing your evening with us. Please enjoy yourself and the company of those that are around you, and keep in mind the brave survivors we serve as you view the items for auction and consider making a contribution. Now I'd like to introduce you to Courtney Thomas, the President and CEO of Newhouse.
Thank you, Rochelle, for your commitment and the board's commitment to our mission. It is so great to share this special evening with each of you. Thank you to our sponsors and to each of you here tonight for your pledge to stand beside survivors. Your presence speaks volumes to your commitment to our community and to us. This year, we have all made adjustments to our normal. It's a year we will never forget. I'd like to extend my deepest and most sincere thanks to our remarkable Newhouse team who has pivoted in significant ways to transition our largest fundraiser of the year to a virtual platform. Additionally, the fearless and committed team at Newhouse has kept our doors open, providing critical emergency services to victims of domestic abuse. Domestic violence never takes a break, and neither does Newhouse. So would you please raise your glass and join me in a round of applause for our sponsors, our team, and each of you. Before we dive into our program this evening and connect your hearts and minds to the hero of our mission, we want to share some exciting news with you. 2020 has been a year of transformation at Newhouse, transforming the lives of those we serve through healing adult and children's therapy, case management, court advocacy, substance abuse and recovery counseling, transitional housing, education, and so much more. We have also been transforming areas of our facility that haven't been renovated since 1999. Resident rooms, our children's education center, our shelter boutique now provide a better environment for those in our care. But this year, we took transformation one step further. We have transformed our look, our mission, our vision, and our approach to shattering the barriers that feed the cycle of abuse. Tonight, you are the first to hear about and see our new brand. This transformation positions Newhouse to blaze the path in helping survivors achieve more than just safety. Our goal, and through the vision for the future, survivors will achieve whole person healing. Join us now for the virtual unveiling of the new Newhouse. This is such an exciting time for our organization and our community. Visit our new website at www.newhousekc.org to order your new branded swag to support our work. Now let me connect your heart to the real work at Newhouse. During the last 8 months of this COVID pandemic, Kansas City has experienced a near 30% increase in domestic violence. That's right here in the community we all call home. With a 30% surge in need for our services, it is only through your partnership that we can address this community help issue. Only with your support can we enable victims of abuse to flee dangerous situations and find the safety and healing they deserve at Newhouse. So I hope as you hear about more of the transformation in the lives of the survivors that you are going to hear speak tonight, that you are compelled to join in partnership with us to shatter the barriers that feed the cycle of abuse, because all people deserve to live a life free of domestic violence. 1 in 3 women and 1 in 9 men will experience intimate partner violence at some point in their lifetime. This could be you, but it's definitely someone you know. Let me share how the gravity of our services truly hit home. In 2019, 476 survivors found safe housing at our shelter. Another 15,000 received support services. And while that's a staggering accomplishment, what I want to point out to you tonight is that's not enough. In the metro, there are only 342 beds for domestic violence survivors. 88 of those beds are at Newhouse. In 2019, 12,000 people in need of shelter were turned away in Kansas City due to lack of sheltering and support service resources. 12,000 people in our own community. Our team often wonders what happened to them. Where are they today? And we all wish we had more capacity to serve them. We have to solve this problem together, and we can. At Newhouse, we are more than a domestic violence shelter. We provide an ecosystem of transformative services that allow survivors to achieve whole person healing. Hear firsthand from survivors on just how we have done that at Newhouse.
Before I came to Newhouse, I had been sewing on and off for a few years. It was about around this time last year, I was in a situation that I didn't want to be in. I knew if I stayed, it wouldn't result well for me, and I must have called maybe 8 different shelters, and Newhouse was the only one that called me and were like, no, we'll save a bed for you. When I called Newhouse, one of my first questions was, I'm in an abusive situation, but I'm male. Would you guys still have me there, and possibly considering transitioning? And they said absolutely. And the reason why I asked is because not all domestic abuse shelters are as inclusive, and so just hearing that meant the world to me. With Newhouse, I have been able to transform so many different parts of my life. I am sewing again, which is like means the world to me. To be able to just like get in front of like a machine again, I wouldn't have had that opportunity if it wasn't for like Newhouse and being able to wake up in my bed, and it just has transformed in so many different ways, and I can actually like wake up and not feel scared. Aside from helping with finding resources in terms of sewing, they've also helped me with resources in terms of finding different LGBT groups around the area and connecting with those and incorporating that into therapy and what my long-term goals are. For someone who's been at different shelters before, Newhouse definitely was that one that made that huge change.
I was with my husband we've been together for 10 years altogether, between being married and dating. And he got really controlling about a year ago. I wasn't allowed to have a phone. I wasn't allowed to have friends. I wasn't allowed to be on my medication. And then he finally put his hands on me. And he slapped me in the face because I said, I want my own phone. I'm tired of this. I want a phone. The cops came, listened to both our stories. My husband freely admitted to using drugs. And social services removed our children. And they put me in a crisis center because COVID had just started and a lot of places were closed. And then when a lot of the restrictions started to ease up, they brought me to Newhouse. And that's when I feel like things really started getting better. The people here are so welcoming and kind, and I never had people cared about me like that before, let alone strangers. It just seemed like my world fell apart when the whole world did with COVID. And then I came here and everything started to get better. There is light at the end of the tunnel. It is there. You may not be able to see it right now, but it's there. And there are people who are going to help. And through your donations, they can help so many more people. And they deserve the chance to do that. And those people out there who are in the situations like the one I was in, they need places like Newhouse.
Wow, what inspiring stories of transformation. I am so grateful for the courage and bravery of each survivor who shared their story. And I'm immensely grateful for Newhouse and the life-changing services they provide. Most of you know me as Gabriella Pagan, the journalist bringing you the news in your community. What you don't know is why the Newhouse mission is so important to me. I'm Gabriella Pagan, and I am a survivor. There was always a domestic violence situation in some form or fashion for as long as I could remember. I played a sport and it became obvious to someone, and so they contacted Child Protective Services, is what it was called in the state of New York, and they would periodically show up at school. You know, like you'd know when you get off the bus, you see the car. Even though I had siblings, it was never something we talked about amongst each other. It was just always understood that you don't admit anything. Me and my mom were the main targets, I guess you would call us. So as long as she and I both lied, it maintained a level of livability. Something happened where I just couldn't anymore, and I feared for my life, and I was afraid to go home, and they just happened to show up that day, and I told them the truth. To be the only one admitting it, you feel crazy, and they would tell you you're crazy. I don't know why no one else wanted to speak out when they were presented with an opportunity to make it better for everyone. Something had happened in the home again, and I had left after something had happened, and I just kept walking, and eventually ended up at a supermarket, and they allowed me to use the phone. Thank God a female officer showed up. I don't think a male officer would have understood or just felt the sense of urgency in what I was trying to convey. And I think within like 5 minutes of me sitting in the backseat of the car, I had to explain like a whole lifetime. And I was like, this is my one shot. You can't take me back. You have no idea what's happened up until now. Don't take me back. And so they found a shelter for adults, though, at 17 in Canada. And I spent a year there. And from that moment on, I was on my own. The damage it does is a lifelong journey of work and repair. It takes such strength
And I'm so proud of that strength now that I know that I had it then. It helps me get through things now. If I can do that, I can do anything. Saying things out loud brings power to words, right? And that's why I love what I do. It brings power, and it's a big responsibility. And if you can bring power to your own words by saying them out loud, even if it's to yourself before you say them to someone else, before you can say them to someone else, that helped me. You can't take away someone's voice. Like, literally, you can't.
The reality is domestic violence knows no racial, socioeconomic, gender, or educational boundaries. With 1 in 3 women and 1 in 9 men experiencing intimate partner violence during their life, someone you know, someone you love, is living this life right now. No one is immune. Domestic violence is a community health issue. I'm asking for your help tonight to help ensure that Newhouse is here for survivors now and into the future. Please donate tonight in honor of the women, children, and men who have risen from the impacts of their trauma and are now calling Newhouse their temporary home. Everyone can do something. Here's what I'm asking you to do tonight. There are 2.3 million people in Kansas City. If everyone gave just $1, that would fund the Newhouse mission for an entire year. My point here is everyone can do something. So I'm asking you to reach into your heart and make a gift tonight that says, I believe in you. You are not alone to survivors. Some of you tuning in tonight are survivors. Someone you love is a survivor. We're counting on you. Every dollar you contribute is 100% tax deductible. And for those who live in Missouri, you may be eligible for a 50% tax credit for any gift of $100 and above. We have a donor tonight who is offered to match the first gift of $5,000, doubling that gift to $10,000. So who can give $5,000 to provide victims of abuse with 30 days of healing therapy, case management, and group counseling to help them achieve self-sufficiency? $5,000 will be matched to go twice as far. Can you help? Now we're asking those of you who can make a gift of $2,500 to please make that donation now. $2,500 finds a 30-day stay for a courageous survivor. For 30 days of safety, $2,500. Can you make this gift possible? And how about $1,000, a gift of $1,000, which funds our early education program, offering free childcare to our residents so they can attend work, doctor's appointments, therapy, and so much more. $500. Who can donate $500 tonight? It funds one 24/7 shift of our hotline where all are answered. $500 to be the voice on the other end of the line for a victim in distress. Can you donate that $500? $250 provides one full day of urgent prescriptions and common medical supplies for children and adults. Can you reach inside your heart tonight to give $250? $100. Who can make a $100 donation tonight? $100 provides one full day of diapers, wipes, and training pants for 25 children. $100 tonight means children are cared for. $50. Your $50 gift tonight will fund 3 days of bedtime snacks for our residents. Can you help us ensure that bellies are full each night before bed? $50 will make such a difference. $25 tonight. Your $25 gift will fund bus passes or school supplies for our residents. Can you help us ensure survivors have transportation and children have what they need for school? Whatever you are able to give tonight, it will go straight to the front lines to provide safety, comfort, and critical support services to survivors. We thank you. And as we close our program this evening, I want to remind you that Newhouse is a safety net for those in greatest need in our community. With your help, we can save more lives. Visit our website at www.newhousekc.org and donate. And do not forget to shop for our newly branded items as well. Thank you for believing in the mission of Newhouse, but mostly for believing in the survivors they serve. Good night, Kansas City.